Hello, welcome. It is the Friday stream, videogame.town. I'm Grant Bruner. I am the editor-in-chief of videogame.town, and with me, the incomparable Molly Bradley. How you doing, Molly?
I'm good. This is new for me. Ever since I was a little girl of 32 years old, I knew I wanted to be on the stream.
Yes, hashtag streamer. Um, we are ex-colleagues, former colleagues. X makes it seem like we broke up.
Like it's yeah,
Yeah.
dire.
Um, Former colleagues. We worked together at Dig. We have podcasted numerous times. And you like video games now. Uh,
I do.
and I wanted to so you were going to come on last week, and my initial thing was like, we're gonna play Ocarina of Time, and then you said, uh, actually, I have to move into my new house. And I said, okay, cool. We'll figure out something else. And in the meantime, Sword of the Sea came out, which is cool as shit. And
Oh
so
my God.
we're gonna play some Sword of the Sea.
Okay, I am stoked. Love there's few things I love more than watching a game I haven't seen or reading the plot of a movie I haven't seen. I'm a maniac. I know it's not good, but I'm stoked.
So you probably don't have much context. You've never played Journey.
No.
Journey is a classic exploration game. You're a little guy who doesn't talk, but he like glows and beat, um, walking around the desert doing stuff. Um, and this is that you're going around like a nature and exploring, and that's the primary thing. Um, Tony Hawk, a skateboarding game. You're skating around the Sword of the Sea, as you're about to see, a sword, but also skateboard slash surfboard.
Okay,
Um,
this is amazing.
um, and the third part, the third in the meets of Journey, Tony Hawk is Zelda. So it is Journey meets Tony Hawk meets Zelda. And so this is starting over again. I've already played through the first level, and I just created a new file so we can start over and see the game from scratch.
Okay, this is amazing. I can see these inspirations already. The I will say I have seen the Tony Hawk game in
Mm-hmm.
action. Extremely cool. Couldn't play it to save my life, couldn't skateboard in real life to save my life, but
I will
this is
say Tony
amazing.
Hawk, much easier to skate in Tony Hawk than it is in real life.
Okay, so maybe I could do it, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, you played fucking like Bloodborne. You could learn how to play Tony Hawk. Like, yeah,
I
if
don't
you pick up Tony
know.
Hawk having never played Tony Hawk before, yeah, you're not gonna do tricks very well. But like, you can figure it out. You're a competent adult.
I don't know, but it's been like many years and I still like run into stuff when I drive a car in Fortnite. There's something about it. It's not, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, the other thing that is worth noting is it is extremely dual sense active. So there's little when I'm making jumps on the sand, it's playing through the controller speaker, and it is vibrating like hell. Like it is doing a lot of the cool dual sense stuff on the PS5.
That seems really
It
satisfying.
is
Is
very
it?
it is very satisfying. So when I first did it, I was like, oh well, actually I want to play it on my big screen, so I'll stream it to my. So I have my PS5 in my office, and then I have a PS4 Pro in my living room that I basically solely use to stream PS5 games to my television. And so I was doing that, and I was playing it on a DualSense 4, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. And then I went and I changed over to play it on the real deal stuff, and I'm like, oh, I am missing out on like a substantial part of that game.
Oh, yeah, that didn't occur to me that if you're playing something on like a not the current gen that it was designed for, that you might, yeah, genuinely not get. I feel like that makes, I don't know, maybe that's overstating it, but like that's such a part of the, I don't know, immersive experience
For
of so
sure.
many
For
games.
me at least, like I think that it's fucking rad. It's also available on PC, and you can use a DualSense controller on a PC and have those features. But if you just have like an Xbox controller, nothing doing. Like,
That makes sense. But wait, so this is you now. You're doing all
oh
this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
talented.
I
This is
have
crazy.
our little guy is pretty talented.
I don't know. To me, this is Grant.
Yeah, it's
Skateboarding.
me.
Same.
I'm skateboarding as hell. I had a skateboard, but I couldn't even do tricks. I was not. I'm
Wait, but you did skateboard?
like you like saying that makes it sound way cooler. I had a skateboard and like I would like ride it up and down. Like, we had a long driveway. We lived in the middle of nowhere. It's not. I would. It is not fair to say that I skateboarded. That I was a skateboarder. I had a skateboard and I did a little skateboarding. I was not a skateboarder. I was not cool or agile enough.
It's kind of like, yeah, how I had a Razor scooter, and it would be a mistake to say that well, I guess there's not really a verb for that, simply put,
You
but
scooted.
I scooted. I did not, I like got it and immediately was like, wait, I don't get it. You just have to use your foot. Like, I might as well walk or run. Like,
Yeah, unless it's motorized, it's a little wonky. So that's the other thing is about this game is that you are you're in sandy environments, you're in a desert environment, and then you do some shit, you do stuff, and then oh, it's like an ocean environment, and now it's all green and blue.
But so who are the, yeah, like what's your, who are, wait, actually pause. I have one question I should have asked right at the top, frankly, before we started the stream. Should I get some headphones?
I'm not hearing any echo, so
okay, great. Then we're good.
If it becomes a problem later on, then we'll deal with it then.
Okay, perfect. I'm so new to this. It's very exciting. Okay, so so what's the story of?
Not really much of a story. Wake up, you're a surfing guy. You get a big sword, you skate around on it.
Okay.
It's a lot more implied story. I'm now on this half pipe, trying to get all these cool things.
You got your little bits and bobs. Okay,
yes,
yeah.
And so now I gotta get some momentum going and get up here.
Are you completionist with this kind of thing? Like, would you be like, I have to go?
I am so far from a completionist because it's like I am so much of a person that is like I'm trying to play a lot of games. Okay, so now I can do very basic tricks, which is like you're going through and like as you do things, you can do more things. So I can do tricks when I'm in the air, if I hold L1 and press a face button, I can do some tricks.
Wait, okay, in that little image, is he holding the edge of the sword?
Yeah, I think he's what I'm trying to think. It's an edge grab or whatever, right?
It is a sword, so how are we not slicing the fingers off?
I'm a magic guy. I'm also like I was like an awoken statue.
Sure. Okay, I'm with you. I just had to readjust for a second. I love this little guy though, and I love the sword would be satisfying to do whatever all this is. That feels like it would feel good as hell.
Yeah, no, it is good as hell. And here's the thing, it's also like this is like a game that is like 5 hours.
Amazing.
Which
perfect
is like
Yeah. It's gorgeous. I will say this is like a very surprisingly like beautiful, like, no, I should stop being surprised. Games are amazing. People just make beautiful things all the time, whether it's like a huge game, small game. But I'm always like stunned at how much environment people put into games, even if it's something like short and sweet.
Yeah, so it is worth noting. So like this is not the team. This is not the studio that made Journey, which is called That Game Company. They also made a game called Flower, and they also made a game called Flow, and those were pretty popular and like noteworthy. Yeah. But this is like the art director of Journey, and he went and helped. He's part of a studio, and they did a game called Abzu, which is basically Journey underwater, which is fucking cool as shit, and I loved that game when it came out. And then they did a game called The Pathless, which has so much of this like movement stuff, and you're zooming around, and it feels great, but it's a lot like they layered in a bunch of extra stuff. Like there's a bow and arrow. It's like kind of overly complicated. And so, like, I'm glad that it exists. I bought it. I supported them. But I don't love The Pathless in the way that I love Abzu or Journey or even Sword of the Sea.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that there are people for whom that's perfect because they're like, I want more to do in this world? Like, I
Yes,
want
yes. I
events?
think that there are people who have it in their head that like that video games have to be stuff. That like video
Yeah.
games have to like, where's my list of things to check off?
Yeah.
I think that there are people that are like that. It couldn't be me.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the game, I guess. My inclination is to think that I might like that, but not if it's like you have to be able to do everything immediately at once and it's like kind of tricky to get the hang of, then I'll get annoyed. But
So it's
okay,
important to know that
wow.
when you reach those like I don't know, long plants, those like floating like seaweed type dealies, you can float up on them.
Okay, even though we're not underwater.
No, we're like simultaneously underwater and out of water. It's metaphor, man.
Yeah, I like it. This seems to, I feel like this works in terms of like we're in our own world of physics here and
Oh
you
yeah,
don't need
no,
to
for sure. If you're looking
like
for
that.
it to like be consistent with reality, you're gonna have a bad time.
So I don't need that in frankly even in reality, but it's good to know what you're dealing with, whether something's trying to like mimic, you know.
Yeah, look at all these floating fish guys.
Oh my God. Wait, this is amazing. This is so soothing, I have to say.
Yeah, it's cool as shit, and it's $30. Um, which now that games cost $70, a $30 game.
Always, yeah. Yeah, $30 seems extremely reasonable. Yeah. It's so funny though, because I know you're like, oh, you know, I'm sure I could pick this up and get the hang of it, but my immediate my immediate thought is that like it would not be soothing to watch me play this. I'd like just be running into stuff and hitting it and
So
like
keep in
cursing.
mind, I did play through this, so like I know basically where to go.
Sure.
Which is like a thing that you do when you're a responsible adult and you have a video game website. Is you're like, I should not have the stream be I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, there's something to that though. There's something to being like,
For sure. If that's the point of it, is that like this person has never played a video game and they're gonna play Bloodborne, and it's like, okay, you know what you're getting into.
I feel like I missed my opportunity. There was a really rich chance for me having played almost no games to stream my first playthrough of Bloodborne. Oh, how many emotions I went through. It was such a journey.
Molly learns about rage quitting.
Oh, yeah. You know, I never rage quit though. I would just get more and more mad and keep trying, which is like kind of inspirational and also like very stupid. Um, but yeah, I never understood that until I started gaming myself, and now I'm like, I get it. I get it.
You have your own heated gamer moment.
I know. The thing though is that I feel like I get mad at very, very stupid things. Maybe everyone does. Maybe that's all stupid things to get mad at. But
Well, it's almost like getting mad at a video game is inherently
I think this is true. Although I guess it's like, look, I stay calm in real emergencies. That helps me feel better about getting so mad about being frustrated with something in a game. It'll often be like I weather something like very difficult and I sort of like persist and it's great, and then one tiny stupid thing and I'll lose my mind.
yeah. Yeah, no, which is not to say that I'm never frustrated by a thing in a game. Of course I am. But it's like, I think I just, as I have gotten to the point where I'm just like, if a thing is like driving me crazy, I'm like, I'm gonna do literally anything else.
Yeah, that's smart. That's a smart reaction, smart way to cope. Maybe come back to it, maybe never come back to it.
Yes, correct. Like there have been times when I'm trying to think. Like one good example is that like Control, which I'm sure you've heard Jared and me talk about how good.
That's a game.
Yeah, Control is a really
Okay.
good game, but it has the final boss moments are just the most fucking infuriating. Like it's
Oh.
it's a lot, and then it's also like when you die, you then have to like retrack your all the way fucking back. The goddamn that is like I'm so close to the end. I'm so close.
Yeah.
I really like this game. I had a good time. why are you making the last, like, 1-2% of this game so miserable for me?
Wait, so what in particular makes it so, like,
Um,
other than, like, the run back?
so the run back, I think, is the thing that really is brutal. It's like, it's just, it's multi-stage, which bosses are sometimes where it's just you get the thing, and then it's also, if I remember correctly, it is asking for a level of fidelity in, like, you executing that basically nothing else in the game had gotten to that point. Like, it is a pretty hard skill check, which I'm sure that there are people who are just like, I just want bosses to just be the hardest fucking thing that's ever happened. Couldn't be. It's not me. It's not me.
Yeah. Yeah, that I find that is something that frustrates me too when a game asks you something that has not asked you before. And it's not like, okay, we're still learning the ropes and there's like different mechanisms in this game. When, yeah, like a boss fight, all of a sudden you're doing things that it's operating off different principles or asking you to, like, I don't know, this sounds so lame to talk about it like this, because it's like, I'm not against, pulling more skills into the mix and like paying attention to different things, but when it feels like so many games feel like they're training you to do the hardest things at the end, right? Like you're learning and kind of getting better at this thing as you go. And then all of a sudden it's like, what about this other thing that you haven't done at all yet? And we maybe did it because it like looks cool, but it's not consistent. That makes me kind of nuts. Well, I felt a little bit like that with Luigi's Mansion, but I think that I was wrong. I think that it throws a lot at you all the time, and it was just a skill that I personally am not good at, and I was like not able to do it. So I think I was wrong.
Yeah, well, I remember one example of it is there's a great game called Octodad, which I don't know if I've ever brought up before, but you're an octopus in a suit, who everybody else thinks that you're a human man.
Okay, I love this.
You are a literal octopus who has a wife and human children, and nobody has caught on that you are a literal octopus.
Wait, but the wife is human and the children are human.
Yes, and yes.
Okay. Should I overthink that? Or just not
that is the premise of the game. Is that it's real silly. And you whatever, and it's like you are moving your tentacles around to move, so it's just like a hilarious sloppy thing. And then I remember the very end of the game, it's like, okay, now you really have to be precise with slopping your tentacles around because like there's a big, I don't want to spoil it, but like there's a big fucking thing happening now. Precisely move your tentacles around, and I'm like, you have misjudged the way to end your game.
If you're inclined to use the verb slopping.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, for sure. That's the whole thing. And I'm like, this is not, because so much of it is like you're doing like silly environmental stuff. You're doing silly puzzle stuff.
Absolutely incredible.
And so like, this is what you've decided to do? That's really weird. It's fine. I like that game, but goddamn, is it kind of weird?
I gotta say, this is the kind of thing that makes you be like, I have played many games now and spent a lot of time on a number of games, but like, I haven't even scratched the surface. I gotta be playing Octodad. I gotta be playing Journey and
so that's from a studio called Young Horses, and they then went on to make a game called Bug Snacks, which is legitimately one of my favorite games.
I did not know this. Okay, I need to get into this. Now that I've moved, the saga is over. I hope. Oh god, it should be.
Are you did you get all your boxes unpacked?
Sure. Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I moved like 5 years ago, and the answer is fucking no. Like, because it's like, okay, I have all these boxes of shit. Where if I unpack them, where would it go? There isn't an answer. It wouldn't go anywhere. It would be in a pile.
There's a little bit of that. I mean, I think at a certain point we like have to unpack our boxes and either find spots or jettison stuff because we have more space than we had before, but somehow we're already filling it. But no, we have a lot of boxes. We have something in the bedroom that we're calling Bag Mountain, It's like a mountain, and it is of
Of
made of a
bags.
lot of bags. Yes, Saltine has been enjoying leaping through it. This is my cat.
Hmm.
Leaping through it, and we'll kind of at night see her little glowing demonic eyes pop up behind one or another bag. So she's loving it. We are not loving it. Um,
That sounds right. This
I'll be
this
there
checks
with.
out.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. I will say, like, we're putting. There's a couple rooms that are put together and like calming to be in, like the kitchen and our little sunroom porch thing.
Mhm.
This room that I'm in, you can't see them, but there are boxes absolutely everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, yes, that's the moving experience. Has Saltine chilled out some?
She's been well, she's normal, which is to say that
It's not
she
chill.
actually like took, no, exactly, yeah, she took to the environment quite well, but she's back to normal, as in back to screaming at my husband at 5 a.m. for breakfast, which has never been her breakfast time, not once, not once in her life.
But that's what
Um,
she feels in her heart is the correct breakfast time.
she is so goddamn wrong. I can't even begin to explain to her how wrong she is. So objectively wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, are we going? Okay.
I'm trying to collect. So I'm
Ooh.
trying to get to 500 of these little gold shards. I'm
Okay, I
almost
love
there.
that they're like
They
triangles.
are. They're like. What, I'm trying to think. What is a triangle that is three-dimensional?
A Is it a pyramid or a prism?
I
Or
guess,
is a prism
I guess it would be a
encompass
pyramid. I
pyramid
guess it
though?
would be a pyramid.
Okay.
That
It
sounds
could be,
right.
it might be. Hmm. It's a trinket. That's what it is. It's a shiny trinket, and for that reason, I am in.
Yeah. So we're just going around the environment because I want to be able to get more cool tricks before I move.
Okay, because like you'll find those little.
Yeah, because there's
Um,
that like remember there's like a great faced person that
yeah,
and
yeah,
so there's
yeah.
one of those in this kind of the center of this area, and I need 500 of them. I'm just going around and trying to find places to get cool stuff.
Wait, 500 trinkets.
But yeah, exactly. I'm at like
I've just decided what they're called.
trinkets. That checks out. There's some more.
For a second, I thought you meant 500 tricks that you could do, and I was like, that
Oh,
is.
that sounds to too many tricks. Five.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
so close.
Just a few more. Just a few more. Um, the face guys look very much like the robots in Stray.
Oh, yes.
There's like a
I can
similar
see
kind
what
of
you're saying.
pushover
I
sort
also,
of.
it reminds me of, there's some real nightmare ladies, nightmare witches in Witcher 3 that has like a basket
Ooh.
face. You've never played Witcher
Okay,
3,
love
right?
that.
Witcher, so fucking good.
I really want to play that. That's high on my list of
It's
priorities when I
it's
can get
really,
to
really
Sweden.
fucking good.
I've heard that. I'm very stoked. And I feel too like it's such a I don't know, it's such like a cultural touch point.
Yeah, it's also like 10 years old now, which is crazy.
That's actually insane to think
It
about.
feels because it feels like so much like this is what modern like action RPGs are. That like
Yeah.
I'm like okay sure, but that it's just I can't believe. But now I have spin tricks. So now if
Okay, hell yeah. Let's see him.
I'm locked. Gotta wait for that animation to finish. Okay.
Oh. Wait. Okay, this is really cool. I really love the idea that this game is so much about just like getting new tricks to do.
And doing
That's beautiful.
cool stuff.
So cool. Oh my god. Well, see, I like. If this guy can do this, well, no, this doesn't make sense.
Then I can
just
do
wanna
it.
Well, no, I was like, then I should be able to just stand on a skateboard in real life without hurting myself, which so far has not been possible.
No, and everybody, please wear a fucking helmet.
Oh god,
Don't
yeah,
break your
that's
fucking stuff. Like, listen, I understand that it's not cool, that it doesn't look cool, but fucking, who gives a shit, dude? you will fuck up your brain.
Oh yeah.
Your brain.
And also like I don't know, knee pads, man.
Oh
Like
yeah, for
you're
sure. Like,
most likely to fall on your or like your wrist.
listen, yes, for me, of course, that's something that I would do if I, riding a bike or whatever. That's all true. But like, I feel like I can't even convince people to just wear a fucking helmet. So I'm like, at least protect your fucking brain.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's. I feel like people would be more likely to wear like knee pads and wrist pads than a helmet, just because. Yeah, there's something about the human brain where it's like, ooh, that would be so smart and like protect me because this thing is dangerous, but like I'd look, like then my head would look stupid.
But like, you really, really don't want. You really, really don't want to fuck up your brain, because even
No.
if it doesn't kill you, which it very well might, but even if it doesn't, you'll just like, oh yeah, he was never the same again. Oh, he was like a different person.
It's like, oh my God, that's like the sports thing too, where people get.
Oh,
Also,
no,
I'm no sports doctor, but like people get concussions enough times, and it's like,
yeah, and then like, oh, and then he killed his wife and child. What's those fucking?
gonna-
It's
gonna
the
go with
wrestle
wasn't-
guy. What's the wrestle boy who? Chris Benoit.
oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like,
Oh.
hey, don't fuck with your brain.
It's actually, it's kind of great. You could, I feel like, easily one could die. Like the body is not super well protected for like heavy impact to many places, especially
Concrete?
brain.
Weird, we didn't evolve in a world with concrete in it?
Yeah, we don't really absorb it so well, sort of the force. But yeah, there's like dying. There's like, I mean, brains are crazy. That I just that you could like hit your head. You could do anything from be totally fine. Wait, gotta get my hand in the frame. Be totally fine. Die. Personality change. Speak a new language that you never spoke before. Not be able to say words, but understand them fine. Vice versa. But we gotta make these things better. These brains, we gotta be building them better.
Yeah,
Or wearing
and like all that stuff is true, and like things you can so easily become disabled through no fault of your own, blah 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 blah. But and that's all true. But like, you know what you can control? Wearing a fucking helmet.
It's so true. Frankly, well, so then I start to be like, we should just wear them all around all day, every day.
I mean, listen, I'm saying that like if you're doing something that's beyond normal, then yeah. If you're doing something crazy, wear a helmet.
Oh man. But I will say, it starts to like, I've become very afraid of like the innocuous, like minor household incident was in this move because well, a lot of things happened. I was checking to make sure all the drawers at our old place were empty, and I like closed it, but it had soft close and it has that kind of bounce back, and it bounced back just directly into my eyeball. I hated that.
Yeah, I mean, hearing about it, real bad.
Really didn't like it at all. And then I was under the kitchen sink because we bought a new faucet, swapped it out. We had to get our faucet back and put the old one in. The number of things I just dropped directly onto my face. I have like a scab on the bridge of my nose right now because I dropped something that I was using. And it was also kind of a moment of being like, do I not have control of my motor functions? Like, why am I dropping so much stuff?
Is it that you're picking up and moving a bunch of stuff in ways that you never do under normal circumstances?
Maybe so, but still feel like it's been a humbling experience, I have to say. Yeah.
No, and also like I started going to the gym, and there's
Ooh.
this I've been, because my fucking like ligaments and joints are bad, like not bad like I have a disease or anything, just bad because I'm an old man.
But that's almost where you're like they're busted.
Yeah, it's
they're no
like-
good.
And so like I'm like, oh, walking on the treadmill makes my fucking tendons hurt, and so I've been using what you would call it, elliptical, which is awesome because you can get.
Yeah.
I am basically limited only. That's not true. I'm limited mostly by cardiovascular instead of like
Right.
my fucking leg hurts. I don't want to do this anymore because my leg hurts. So like
Well, I'm
that.
glad the elliptical works. That's good. That's like, yeah, low impact. You got your, yeah, that's great.
So like that stuff's great. I'm having a good time with that. But then I get off of it, like I do it for a half hour or whatever, 45 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, I am moving my body not in an elliptical now. I feel disoriented as fuck.
It's like getting off an escalator. You're like, I don't know how to walk.
How walking?
Oh my god. I did the my parents had an elliptical in the home at one point, not for that long. It was the only like exercise machine we ever had anywhere because we were in apartments so much. And I think it was like the most compact and not like noisy thing they could get. So there's a period of time in high school when I was doing that, and I remember that feeling. And I also remember immediately being like, why? Like, you see people at the gym all the time. They're like, oh, I'm like reading a book on the bike or the elliptical. Not me. What? He's going up and down. Like,
Oh yeah.
I feel like if you're really getting into it, it's really hard to actually like
What
do.
you have
something
motion
else.
sickness? Like, can you not read in a car?
No, I just like, well, I kind of a little bit in the back of a car. I can't really read, but
Yeah,
no,
see, I don't
just
have
like
any of that.
I'm moving too much.
The moving and doesn't do anything for me, which is weird. My dad has
That's great.
incredible. I have seen him ride as a passenger in a car maybe like 3 times in my entire life, because if he's a passenger in a car, he's getting fucking nausea.
I will say I've started getting that more because I could never read for an extended period of time. I'll start to get like a headache, but I'm like fine otherwise. But lately, in like if I have to take an Uber or Lyft somewhere, you sitting in the back makes me kind of ill, and that's new, and I just don't like when like new ailments happen. But the worst is, I'm sorry to say it, the worst is in Teslas. Something about the way they move, or like maybe they're so lightweight, or I don't. I'm also not a car manufacturer. I don't know what it is. All I can tell you is they make me real sick. It could just be like the big iPad they always have in the front that kind of draws the eye.
I also just wonder if it's like because they accelerate way faster that is like
That could be it. So there's like a jerkiness inherently, unless someone's like taking care to not.
yes, especially
Yeah.
if you're like you're in an Uber or whatever, and the guy's just like
Yeah.
go fast, get
Yeah,
place
the-
faster, get more clients.
Like, go fast, have to stop suddenly, red light, go fast again. Like, so that's good.
Which
But
is
yeah,
the only
that's
time I've ever
in
been in a Tesla is I'm getting an
Yeah,
Uber
yeah.
and I'm like, well, here's this ass.
Well, oh my god, the first couple times that one pulled up, I felt like such an idiot because
Oh, the handle.
the handle. The first time
Terrible.
it pulled up, I stood there for like 20 seconds and the guy didn't help me out, and I was just like, my hand was out and I was kind of staring at it and I just like glitched. I couldn't figure out what to do. And
No,
then
it's
obviously he opened the-
designed by a madman.
I mean, like, I appreciate the seamless whatever, but
I
like there
don't.
needs to be
Humans,
Fair enough.
you're making a thing for humans. Make it so that humans can use it.
Well, or I don't know, like I feel like I don't know how this could have been helped. I just didn't know what to do. But he opened the door for me. It was great. And then when it came time to get out, I was like, okay, bye. And the exact same thing happened where I had my hand out, 20 seconds of just glitching out because I couldn't get out of the damn car. Oh god. No, I can do it now though, I promise.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not a Molly problem. That is a core design problem.
I mean, I do think I think it's unnecessarily. It's like, what if we made it different from every other car? And you're like, okay, well, that's gonna be confusing for a few years for everybody. But I don't know. Like, it's okay. I think I'm most humiliated that it's not like I've never seen or could conceive of a handle like that. You press and release kind of thing. I think of myself as a savvy person. I'm kind of handy. I can navigate the world. And just to have stood there like an idiot,
Like,
just staring at this car, like, how do I get in?
I
So
will
it's a
say,
little bit on me.
I'll tell a story that will make you feel better. They
Oh,
opened
please.
up a new like local chain. There's like 4 local bagel places across Delaware. Not in my fucking city, but close enough that I drove and got some bagels.
Okay.
Got an order. I ordered 6 bagels and I got a bunch of fucking creeps, like an illegal amount of creeps. So I go in, I walk up and I say, "Oh, Grant, I ordered bagels," and they're like, "Okay, right over there. Get your cream cheese from the refrigerator." And I turn and I'm looking and I'm like, there is nothing here that my brain recognizes as a refrigerator. I can't see anything that seems like it would be a refrigerator. And I'm like walking.
What were you looking at?
And I'm looking and they're like, "No, it's over there." And I'm like, "What? Where?" And they're like, "It's right there." And they're like pointing, like it's directly in front of you. And I'm like, I can't. I know what a refrigerator looks like.
You're like, I am not looking at one.
And I can't. Nothing here looks like a refrigerator. It was kind of like in a like in a grocery store, where it's like an open situation where it's stocked, but it's
Okay.
you're not it's not you don't have a handle and you open it up.
Right, we're right.
So that's what it was, and so it just looked like a
Okay,
display.
okay.
It looked like a store display to me.
Yeah, because I do feel like when you're in a grocery store, it's very obvious. There's like a lot of shelves, and it's like all these things are refrigerator items. I am in the correct aisle. I can see that being like, I'm on. Listen, I'm on your side here.
Well, but I was like, never come back here.
You can't.
I can't.
You really can't.
I'm done.
Unfortunately.
Because it took like 3
Oh, okay.
tries. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
I am a competent. I know what a refrigerator looked like. I own one.
I mean, listen, like I'm team you because I think I would have had the same experience, but it does sound like neither of us knows what a refrigerator looks like.
It turns out that I did
Oh,
not know what a
God.
refrigerator. And you feel like the biggest idiot that has ever lived.
Oh yeah. Well, there's something about it being like strangers, and you're like, the only information you have about me is that I cannot do this one simple fucking.
Yeah, and then I'm sure there's gonna be like, these fucking idiots don't even know what a refrigerator is.
You know, they're like, check out this guy. Never
Fuck.
seen a refrigerator from the past.
We had 3 people point a refrigerator to him and he couldn't fucking see it.
Oh God. I will say that is like, I think in like, I don't know, when was this? You could go back in like 6 months.
Yeah, it was probably like 2 months ago, something like that. And I was like, yeah, no, I need to like not be. And the upside is, I look really generic. And let me tell you, Central Delaware, there are a lot of motherfuckers who look like me.
That perfect. You're just normal person is good. That is like when it's good to just be so normal. Like, I love being normal. It's really nice. I do. There's a place I cannot go back to though, which I was a problem for a while, but then I moved. But my local bodega, that I used to live like right kind of across the intersection from. I went in there one day because I wanted to buy tampons, and I was like, I think they have some. Not gonna have a wide selection, but they'll have them. And I go, and I realize it was like a very tiny, very stocked bodega, like well stocked, but it managed to be well stocked by having a lot of things like quite high up. Um, and there's some guys who were always there who I knew and who were like super friendly, super chill, loved it. But there was like, there were a couple guys who were there sometimes. Um, and I say that only because like I couldn't have anticipated this. And so one of them I was like, hey, I'm sorry, can you help me get something down? Because they have those big like getter downer sticks, which is what they're called at the store when you go look for them.
Legally, it's their legal name. Their
Their
Christian
legal-
name.
Their patented name.
Yes.
And so this guy was like, oh yeah, like, yeah, let me get it down for you. What do you need? You know, you need these like paper towels, you need this, you need that. And I was like, actually, can I get the tampons there? And he looks at me and he grins. And I'm like, already I don't like, I just
grins.
I,
What are we? You
I'm
didn't
like-
ask you for a sex toy. Like,
I know,
if you were
but
like,
that's like-
if you were like the extra large dildo, please, you would be like, oh, this lady, she wants an extra large dildo. She wants
That's the
tampons.
thing, that is like, that is the fear of when you're like a teenager and you're scared to go like buy them at the store because you're like, the cashier's gonna know I like have a period, and then you get older and you're like, oh my God, no one cares. That is exactly what I said to myself when I went to the bodega. I was like, I know some of those guys and I'll see them again, but we're all adults.
Yes.
Like, we know, it's fine.
Turns out, lots of people have periods and need products to deal with that.
Surprisingly, a lot of people need this, and they stock them, so like they know that too. But so he has a stick and he grins at me, and he goes, "Oh," I'm like, "Okay, I already hate this and I want to be done." So he goes up and he goes to grab the like, and I like, this isn't even oversharing because I think any woman would tell you this is, or any period having person would tell you this is not it when you really need tampons. He goes toward the like ultra light, like whatever, and he's like,
no.
this, and so then I have to be like, all the way to the other end, buddy. And so he goes, "Oh," and he gets them down, and he goes, "Oh, that's your size." I was like, we have a man who doesn't know how periods work or how tampons
Or
work.
vaginas work.
Correct. And
It's your size.
at a certain point, you know, like, there's a, if I were like 15 years younger, that would be.
Oh, you would
that
die.
would've
You
been
would have died. You would have combusted.
I would have died. But now I'm just like, I gotta get the hell out of here because like, this is a certified psychopath. He doesn't know how, like, and he does now think weird things, and I just this
like yeah,
interaction-
the implications of what he's thought, like whatever you're thinking is wrong, but also gross.
It really and like, because to think that is crazy. I'm like,
Yes, it is like I have never thought about periods before in my life, and I'm now
no,
trying
and
to
I'm worried.
work my way back how they work.
Right, and I'm like worried about the woman around you, but all, like whatever, it's not that deep. But like to think that, but then also to like vocalize that aloud, because if that were the case, listen to me. If that were the case, that's rude. If it were the case that you get the heavier tampons because you have a huge gaping vagina, then that's rude. Don't
Yeah,
comment
then
on
it'd
it.
be like yeah, huge vagina. It's literally the Curb Your Enthusiasm bit. Huge vagina.
Wait, I don't know that. I haven't seen a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm, but
it's what is it, Jeff Garland, Larry David goes and he's like, talk to some lady, and he goes, what'd she say? Larry David's like, and he's like, no, not me, her, vagina, huge vagina.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just doing Curb Your Enthusiasm bits, but it's a great bit.
I feel deeply seen, to be honest, in this experience because these are kind of a piece. But yeah. So I didn't go back to there for like a long time.
No, why would you? And it's not like, oh, you did something wrong. It's like, oh, this fucking guy.
Because it's not on me, and I'm like, on the one hand, it's like whatever. I don't really care if you think I have like some kind of huge vagina, but like, I don't want to come here and have you grin at me and go, "Hey."
Yeah. That's it's like that's the weirdest part. Like, oh, tampons. I see. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm like, nothing, not doing anything. Anyway, so I thought I'd share that because it was really, it was a little delightful. You don't expect that kind of experience at this point in life.
No, but that's, woof.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said they stock things up high, I'm like, oh, I can kind of see where this story's gonna go. And then it went weirder.
So much more, because I was already like, you know, I was like, it's fine, you know, whatever. Like, they know, I know.
Yeah, it's
all,
just, you
it's
need
all
a product
good.
at a store? Weird.
Yeah, and I was like, to even cast a second thought at, you know, if this is weird or not is it's silly. It's not at all. And I also had the experience of it being weirder than I could have possibly imagined.
No, you like even if you in your mind where you're like, if you were going through and being like, okay, well, what's the wildest
the
thing
worst that could
happen? You're like, oh, my brain didn't even think of this.
You know, I could have imagined someone being like, them being really uncomfortable unnecessarily, and then me just being like gracious and, you know, yeah.
and now I have an additional fun fact about Molly Bradley.
About my life experiences, not about my vagina.
No.
Crucially.
But the way that some New York bodega guy conceptualizes your vagina.
Somebody out there is like, This girl one time walked into my store.
This lady over here, she's huge vagina. She
Huge
said,
vagina,
I said, oh, what, you
obviously.
need the little ones? She said, no, the huge one.
She said, I need them so big. I'm like doing a Trump now for some reason.
Huge.
They needed them so big. Huge. Oh god. Okay, wait. Okay. I'm getting so off track from we're in a bubble. What is this bubble?
I think based on what I did before, I think I need to get to something to a little guy who will slurp. Yeah, will slurp.
Little guy?
Like this turtle guy who will slurp the bubble.
Oh my god, he's a little turtle guy. What does the bubble do for him? Oh my god.
It hydrates him.
Oh, sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean you gotta stay hydrated.
Oh, to be a turtle getting hydrated in under the sea, but not under the sea.
Under the sea.
Oh, beautiful. This is so cool. The environments of this, as you've been going through, are again remain kind of mind-boggling. I do kind of wish. I want a story for the world of it, not for the game itself,
Well, there
just
is
for
stuff,
like.
and I think you maybe probably missed it when we were going from that first big area we were in. As we were exiting, there was like you see like a guy, like you see like there was like a person standing there. First you see their foot, and then as you exit, you see like a person with a sword, and it's like, oh, there's a fucking guy there.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. I'm now past the point of the game that I have played. I played through that first area before the stream.
Okay. I feel like I'm getting. Well, now with the guy, I'm like, this is like Ozymandias vibes.
Yeah.
But that's not really a story. The other thing I'm getting is Atlantis. I don't know anything about Atlantis, but I know it's underwater. And
I will
real.
say, an incredible LucasArts adventure game is Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, which I am going to eventually make Jared watch me play the entire game on this Twitch channel.
Oh my god. Wait, can I be there for that?
Yes, of course you can.
Amazing. I think that must be the one that I know Cole has told me there's like some really good Indiana Jones video games that must be played.
They did a very early LucasArts adventure game is they redid third movie as a video game. And
okay, yeah.
And that's fine. It's cool, but for me, the fucking jam is Fate of Atlantis, which is an entirely distinct story. Like it's a new Indiana Jones tale, which is like
cool. I like that.
a real fun thing that they happened, and they really don't do it that much. They do it sometimes now, but it's like, okay, well you have this like movie franchise or whatever, and they're like, what if we just did a sequel that was just a video game? Like
I love that.
Notoriously, they put out a game called Goonies 2, and it was just like, there isn't a sequel, like there isn't a movie called Goonies 2, but they're like, I don't know, there's another
like
Goonies. See, there's that fucking guy.
Yeah, and you get an original storyline that you don't already like know the end of,
Yeah,
and because then you can't, as when you're making the game, you can't like play with that. You can't.
And it's Indiana Jones, so like you can just tell any old fucking story. Like now he's in Iceland, which is you go to Iceland. He's in the Azores, which is when I first played that game as a kid. It was my first time being exposed to what the Azores are. It was the first time I had ever heard like deli meat referred to as cold cuts. I had never heard cold cuts before. It was exclusively referred to as deli meat growing up. It was also the first time I had heard the word squab, because they're in North Africa at some point, and there's like selling squab at a market, and I got to like, so mom and dad, what's a squab?
They're like, where are you learning these things?
Yeah, and it is weird that there are like there are words and phrases and like things that I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I didn't know. Presumably they made this because it's like, oh, I'm an adult who's gone to college and I know stuff about the world, so I'm gonna put it in a video game. You see that shadow of that fucking guy? He jumped away. Wait. Yeah, he was on that bright wall where the sun's coming in. There was a shadow.
I saw a shadow. I didn't realize it was a guy.
Yeah, shadow of a fucking guy. That fucking guy.
I'm missing it all. Oh, yeah. I gotta lock in.
Sorry, I'm distracting you with.
No. That I will say that feels very, that's very restful, like learning words from some really specific thing, not video games necessarily, but like, I feel like I got a lot of vocabulary from Calvin and Hobbes, specifically.
When I think I was ninth grade, I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, and it was the first time I had ever heard, or I read, not heard, but somebody refer to weed as reefer.
That was the first time. Interesting. Okay.
Because I want to say, in like the whatever the 90s or early aughts or whatever, not a lot of people in Delaware referred to it as reefer.
I think I first heard of it in relation to isn't there's like a musical called Reefer Madness or something?
There's a movie called Reefer Madness, yeah.
The movie, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the first time I heard it, and I think I put together what it was or asked somebody, I don't know.
I mean, like, I remember that being the context is like, oh, he's talking about fucking wacky tobacco. That was not like I had to go ask somebody what reefer meant. But I was also like, as a child, I was also like, I feel, and this is a thing like I feel like many children have, where they're abstract when you're really young, not when you're like a fucking 15-year-old. When you're like like you're like 6 or whatever, you're really literal minded. I remember like the Princess Bride. There's a line when Wesley comes back and is as the Dread Pirate Roberts, and is talking to Buttercup, and she's like, he says something about Wesley, and she's like, I died that day, and I'm being like, what the fuck you mean you died that day? You are here, I'm looking at you.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
And being like, what does this mean? And my parents being like, well, it's a metaphor. She was very upset. And I'm like,
she did not literally die.
I'm like, then why would she say she died then? Is she a ghost?
Oh my god, that's such a funny, very, very specific thing to to be like, this is wrong. She's incorrect.
Yeah, or like, what does this even mean?
Oh god, that's so funny. I feel, I had the same kinds of things. Ugh.
It's also not
There's
great
also,
where like in Mary Poppins there's this song about like feed the birds, tuppence a bag, and 2 pence, like it's a amount of currency.
Right.
But I did not grow up around British people, and my mother, because there's a snow globe in that sequence, just refers exclusively to snow globes as tuppences.
Oh, wait, that's actually very charming.
Like, it's fine, but it's also one of those things where it's like in your brain, and you're like, I can't say that to like other people. They won't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I love the connection that happened between like the tuppence and like the snow globe, and like clearly she doesn't think that they were talking about.
No, but it's just like, it then becomes like a byword or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I remember tuppence a bag. That's confusing me because I didn't.
It's a very British movie.
It's a very British movie.
But also,
there's
like,
something
so good that's like really some incredible music. That I don't know the last time you watched Mary Poppins, but one, it looks great. The animation and mixing with the live action are pretty good. And those songs are like pretty much all bangers.
You know, I haven't seen it super recently, but I have I feel like I've heard the music more recently than I've seen it, and like they are bangers. They're good. They're so funny. Like it's like kind of Disney at its best with
for
lyrics,
sure.
which was that. I mean, I feel like that era that was earlier, but then like that extended for a while with so many movies.
Sister Suffragette.
Oh my god, that one's so good.
It's really
so
good.
There was one way as a kid watching that sequence in which I was like, I don't really care that much about this part, but also it was so engaging and so riveting and like comprehensible and kind of made you care, even though I was a kid. I was like, get back to
the women's suffrage movement in the UK in the 1890s or whatever.
Well, yeah, because I was like, I want to get back to the crazy, like, kind of fantasy
Dancing
land, but I was like,
penguins.
you know what? These ladies are spitting.
They do have bars, as they say.
They do.
My favorite song in Mary Poppins, this is Mary Poppins chat with Grant and Molly. My favorite song is Let's Go Fly a Kite. An
Oh,
incredible fucking song.
really good song. And really good, that's like the end, the last song,
Yeah,
right?
it was Mr. Banks
Yeah.
just being like, actually, check this out. Fuck capitalism.
Oh my god, that was that's such a good one. I was, I was thinking the other day for reasons I cannot now remember or probably couldn't even identify, but like the not the song itself, but I was thinking about the scene. I had like a visceral memory of the scene where they're like, where are they? They're at some guy's house and they're all laughing and floating up to the ceiling.
Oh yes, they're at Uncle Albert's. Because it's
Sure.
Edwin. It's Edwin.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Who plays the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland.
Wait, are you? Oh my god, I did not know that, but that, of course, that makes
Yeah,
perfect
no,
sense.
Edwin rules.
Oh my god. I just for something reminded me of that scene, and I was like, was that a fever dream I had? Like,
Yeah, kind
what a
of.
great movie. Ugh. I was like, actually, wait, okay, this is kind of a tangent, but speaking of like fever dreams, did you ever see a live action Raggedy Ann and Andy, or live action slash animated Raggedy Ann and Andy movie?
Um, you know what? I want yes. I like
Okay.
if I would never have like that wouldn't have come up in my mind. But now that you say that, I kind of lost the effect.
I like this kind of mechanism in a game, the like wall.
Yeah. I didn't realize what was happening at first, but now I know what's up.
Like, I'm with it now.
Now that, and it's weird in like a 70s like low budget aesthetic, and it's kind of like a nightmare.
It is exactly like a nightmare, exactly
Yeah.
that aesthetic. And there's like a animated sequence where there's some like big like I forget what he's called, but it's like a big sort of gelatinous mass, and he's eating candy and singing about how he can never get enough, and they're like gonna get eaten. And I don't know. Scenes from this film come to me randomly and haunt me, and have since I was a child, and I wish that I had never seen it.
Yes. There's also before we wrap up, because we're a little bit over an hour, so we'll wrap up in a second. But um, I want to say is that there are so many like D tier things on cable, which are either like
Oh God.
Canadian shows that like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or the Disney Channel or whatever bought, or like they're really old shows, or they're just cheap dog shit. Like one that came in my mind is there was a show called Jungle Cubs, which is like, what if the characters from the Jungle Book were like little babies? It's Muppet Babies, but and I'm like, this had like evaporated from my brain because it's dog shit and who cares? It's not like something like, oh, my favorite childhood memories. But
Right.
I'm just like, oh, I saw a picture of it on the internet and I was like, that is a thing that existed, and I have definitely watched multiple episodes of this, but was just
Right, like I
like,
spent time in my life on this, but
yes. But I just
yeah.
completely just evaporated because there's just also you're a kid and you don't have anything to do, especially like during like summers or whatever. And like I don't know
Yeah.
about you, if you were in France, you were off doing cool stuff. You're eating baguettes.
I was clearly watching this Raggedy Ann and Andy horror show.
Yes. Well, then also you were probably watching French media, which seems more nightmarish than even American media. It's like,
Actually, I'm sorry to say I was not watching a lot of French media. I was like touching grass, I
oh,
guess.
okay, eating baguettes and cheese,
Yeah, okay.
which is better than watching dog shit on cable.
That's great.
Molly, where can people find you on the internet?
They can kind of find me on Twitter, where I don't post a lot, but I retweet things. At Molly Gwynn, MoLLYGUINN. Um, Mostly just there, but I will be floating around, and I'll float back in your direction on here whenever you'll have me. This is
Yes, of
delightful.
course. You're always more than welcome on. We're slowly becoming a real boy business. We're like okay, it's like the puppet hands now become human hands. It turns out small
Wow.
businesses and turns out getting like a checking account, which you need before you can even get money. Turns out you need the place to put the money before you can get the money. Turns out that is really hard to do as a business. They're like, oh, well, you could just do it as a person. And I'm like, right, but then it will be attached to me and not the
Right.
company. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, if you want it as a company, it's going to take forever. And I'm like, okay, great, awesome.
You should just they should just give you money, you get money, put money, box under bed.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
Yes. Taxes, question mark.
OG Bitcoin? Question mark.
But like also when you're trying to do everything like by the book, you're like, okay, now we have a lawyer draft up a contract. Now we have a accountant do a thing.
Oh boy.
Um,
Oh, you're doing it the right way. You're doing
yes,
the right thing.
like we're incorporated. We like it's the real deal. And when you're the real deal, they will every single step of the way they will nickel and dime you, and and also everything takes forever. We to get our fucking. I'm sorry, I got to go into this tangent about what a nightmare it is. To get our fucking
No, please. It's fascinating.
bank account, we needed something from the state of Delaware saying that we were an entity in good standing, and then it was like you send it to them and you don't hear anything, and you call them and you're like, where is our thing? And they're like, oh yeah, no, we haven't even gotten to that month of requests yet. You can pay us an extra $40 to have it expedited, and then you pay them $40. Then you pay them 40 American dollars. Which, mind you, we all have to do this out of our own pocket because we don't have a bank account for our entity yet.
So you're spending all this money up front,
yes,
on behalf of this company that may not get to exist if they don't approve your stuff.
Yes, literally that.
Okay, love it.
Which how do you think how do you think I'm capturing this video, if not buying a thing that will eventually theoretically one day be paid back to me?
So too real.
Running a small business means going into debt. I'm making -$, which is great.
It's the American dream, Grant, to be in so much debt.
Yes, everybody loves it. At least the entity is in debt. Not me,
Sure.
not me, or at least theoretically, I am. I do. They do owe me things, so. But we'll see.
Until the entity exists, it is just you. I'm sorry to say.
Yes, and the most insane thing is there is a corporate version of a credit score called a Duns number.
Oh, you were talking a little bit about this last time. I hate it.
And so they're like, well, yeah, it's free to have a Duns number, but we're not gonna their credit companies aren't going to look at it if you just have it. You gotta pay for them to look at it.
Wait.
And every step of the way, it's like this. Oh, operating a business is a scam.
Hey, why do you have to pay for them to look at it?
Because they want money. Because they want money.
Oh, what?
It's
Why can't you just what if they see it? If they see it on accident, if you just email them with your score, can they use it?
You just call them up and you're like, oh, are you the Duns company? Okay, 43289, and then you're Duns number.
You have it now.
And then you have to build credit in the entity. And they're like, oh, well, you could use your credit score, and it's like, right then it's tied to me and not the entity.
Yeah, no. Does it start? Actually, I mean, frankly, you know what? Not to be an idiot on main, but I kind of had this question about people credit scores too. But does it start at it kind of is nothing until you have a single relevant transaction, and then it kind of puts you on the map? Or is it it would be kind of funny if they were you start at 0 and then you go.
It's a little bit. Thankfully, thank God, I am not the one spearheading this because I have stuff to do, like making videos on the internet.
I do that for you.
But yes, it is an elaborate process where it is to get to. It isn't the same scoring system as regular people credit scores, but to get to the equivalent of an 800, you have to do all of this shit, and it's they're like, well, you have to use these vendors, and it's we don't need vendors, we don't have a brick and mortar store. And they're like, well, but you really need to make purchases and then pay them back from these vendors. They're like, no, we don't need straws and napkins, we don't run a restaurant.
Grant, It sounds like you're getting some good old-fashioned business cards
No.
ordered.
So, but
Oh
that's
god.
that. We're videogame.town. We have a bunch of stuff. Jared has been writing. I have been writing. We importantly, uh, when this is streaming. However, um, when the Monday after we're recording this, and which is the Friday, we will have a very special episode of the podcast featuring Merritt K, who is a longtime games journo and an indie game developer. She's great. She came on the podcast. We already recorded it. I am in the process of editing it. Great episode. Check it out. You can subscribe on Spotify. You can subscribe on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, or I use Overcast. I think it's a great iOS app. Really, anywhere you can get podcasts, you can get our podcast. And please listen to it. And please write a review, a 5-star review for our podcast, which is good and other makes lets it so other people can see it. Ranks us up where people will actually know that it's a podcast instead of you know, Nothingsville, which is when people don't rate and review your podcast, which is bad. And then we do videos like this. We try to stream at least once a week. And I don't wanna blow anyone's mind, but we're on the verge of, because we have a bank account now, launching a Patreon very soon. Very soon.
A solvent company.
It's true. We will have an answer for how can I give you money, and the answer for so long is like, oh, you can't. No, you can't. Sorry, no money. We're busy. We're doing something. Sorry. Which is bad. You don't want, people are like, money, and you're like, no, don't. I can't do it.
I mean, you're doing the right way, but I'm telling you, give money, get money, take money, put money, box under bed. It's very easy.
Fair. Uh, Cryptocurrency. No, we won't be taking cryptocurrency, which is all right. Thank you all for watching. We will be back later. Videogame.town, mgbradley.com. Goodbye, everyone.